The media is running two conflicting narratives for the NPCs out there. And basically, it's one that Sweet Baby Inc. really isn't involved in anything. And there's just, I don't know what you're talking about. And then number two is Sweet Baby Inc.'s work is very, very important to the game industry. And they're being harassed for their good work. Well, you can't have it both ways. It has to be one or the other. And we have a Verge article that came out today, of course, propagating what's going on, pretending like this movement against wokeism in video games is absolutely not even there. And it is. It is big, and it's bigger than ever before. And this is what's got them scared. They don't talk about this if it's not big enough. This is how the media acts. When there's something really small that's bothersome, they talk about it, and they run articles to try to destroy the person, and that's the cancel culture at that level. When somebody's in that middle range where it's kind of like small to medium, they go radio silent so that they just don't talk about a subject at all because they don't want to have the Streisand effect of making that person bigger. Once something's really big, the media all gets in and dogpiles again to try to shut it up and try to silence it and try to gaslight everybody out of believing it. This has happened with movements over and over again in our cultural society, and now it's happening with GamerGate 2. Let's take a look at what they're doing. My name's John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator and the editor-in-chief of FandomPulse.com, your most trusted name for entertainment news. Of course, we're covering all of these topics, so make sure to bookmark FandomPulse.com and hit the like and subscribe button. Please join us here, and of course, check out our creative works that are running contrary to the culture. Really appreciate you guys for being here. All right, so here it is. The return of GamerGate is smaller and sadder. Oh, that's right. A group of gamers has mobilized a harassment campaign against a story consultant company. What a way to talk about this. And marginalized developers and journalists. Here we go. So they're talking about, they go over the Discord server Sweet Baby Inc. detected, of course, at the very beginning here, but they're saying that there's not much going on except for, quote, racist memes, sexist, ableist slurs, anti-Semitic messages, and incitations of violence against women and people of color. Holy crap, none of this has actually happened. Notice they never show any of this stuff, they just say it. We've been covering the fact that, like, there's people out there going, you know, oh, we're being harassed. And they might have a couple of anonymous accounts just saying something on Twitter about them, but like that's about the worst of what I've seen so far, which is not much. I get that every day as it is myself. You don't see me bitching about it. But of course, these people are mentally fragile, mentally ill people. And so, of course, they want to play their perpetual victim card over and over and over again and pretend like there's this crazy thing going. Of course, we talk, you know, back in GamerGate 1, if you guys remember the good old days for Pepperidge Farm, the people involved in that talked about having to move out of their houses because of the harassment and things like that. And it turned out almost all of it was fake. That's the, like, my typical standard is believe no women at this point, because it's always some sort of ginned up sort of thing just for a cry for attention at the end of the day. And so they talk about this in this Verge article as it goes further. And here it is. It's being talked about by libs of TikTok, Matt Walsh, Ian Miles Chong, and Elon Musk. And that's a pretty big deal. Once Elon Musk gets involved, you know that this is not a small thing going on in the culture. You know it's quite a big thing. If it's getting up to his level and he's noticing what's happening, oh my gosh, we have a red alert for what's going on in the video game industry, and we really do. That's why they're working so hard to minimize it with articles like this. And here the COO says, of Sweet Baby Inc. says, things they say in our inboxes is the most evil stuff you've ever seen in your life. Well, except for the crap that you're pushing on children. I would say that body mutilation and strange sexual fetishes, of course, that are going on, which, of course, we saw in the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which is a narrative that you guys made, where Harley Quinn was talking creepily to a young child, Poison Ivy. It was bizarre. And of course, we know what the agenda is on that front. That is the most evil stuff we've ever seen in our lives. And of course, you're gaslighting, pretending that people outraged by that is somehow the evil thing. So they go on, they say it echoes the Gamergate movement from 10 years ago, which it really does, except for then they go on to say that it's so much smaller and less people care about it. But they started the article saying Elon Musk is talking about it. So what's going on? Is it smaller, or what's what's happening here? They can't even keep track of their own lies within their own articles, and this is what the mainstream media is doing every single time here. They're saying that it's really small, but there's 300,000 plus people on the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected list now looking at these games and, of course, talking about things. You've got a 2,000-word article here about just like how much is going on, and yet at the same time they're saying that nothing's going on. And of course, here we go. Diversity in video games isn't going anywhere, and hiring consultants to punch up narratives certainly isn't going to change. Well, we can only hope it does, and we are going to, of course, apply the pressure, and we should keep applying the pressure, my friends, until it becomes something that these companies don't want to spend the money because they're going to lose money on the outcome. At the end of the day, most of these companies don't care about any of this whatsoever. They really thought that if they just appease the diversity crowd, they're going to make some money off of it. That's the sad lie that they were bought. And of course, if we push back harder, we've seen what happens with Bud Light. We've seen what happened with Target. This is a big deal in the video game industry. This is a male-dominated industry who doesn't want this crap at all. And it's going to be very easy to get this stuff to topple. So this company, of course, The Verge, is lying. They are trying to gaslight you, and don't let them do it. Stay the course, hold the line, and we're going to win. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.